Welcome to another edition of the True North Country Comics podcast, dedicated to promote Canadian comic book creators and supporters. I'm John Swinimer. On this episode, I chat with writer Jay Torres. Jay Torres is known for his work on DC Comics' Legion of Superheroes and Teen Titans Go, Simon & Schuster's Degrassi Extra Credit, Oni Press's Brobots, Marvel's X-Men, Ronin, and X-Men Unlimited. But I've known him for his work on True Patriot. In this interview, Jay Torres talks about The Mighty Zodiac, Brobots Volume 2, a Rick and Morty one-shot, plus his upcoming work for Brobots Volume 3 and an unannounced project for Scholastic. Before I go further, I encourage you to like this podcast on iTunes and definitely check out the TrueNorthCountryComics.com website. Like it on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram so you can discover a lot more information about Canadian comic book creators and supporters. And now, my chat with Jay Torres.
All right, so this past summer I released a couple of new books, a couple of new graphic novels, including The Mighty Zodiac, which is a adventure fantasy story about a clan of warriors based on the Chinese zodiac, with a few tweaks here and there. And that came out in May, if I'm not mistaken. And this past August, the second volume of Brobots, Brobots and the Mecha Malarkey, came out. And that is a fun all-ages book about three brothers who are robots, and hence the name Brobots. Coming up, I've got the third volume of Brobots, which is scheduled for spring next year. But before that, I just remembered, I just finished working on a one-shot for Rick and Morty, the Rick and Morty people, over at Oni Press. So that'll be out in March, I believe. I think they're going to launch it at Emerald City. And other than that, I'm working on a new graphic novel for Scholastic, which hasn't been announced yet, and I barely started it, so maybe check in with me in a few months. But other than that, keeping pretty busy.
What's the next big event? I know it's pretty busy here at this Barrie Public Library. What's the next big event for you?
After this is the Mississauga Comic Expo. It's interesting because I am doing 4, if not 5, library Comic Cons this fall. So it's interesting how they've sort of become the thing this year. So this is the first of the 4 or 5, and Mississauga's next, and then North York, and then Whitby, which is my hometown, and there's one I'm forgetting somewhere there in the middle. That's 4. There's a 5th one somewhere I can't remember right now. But yeah, so that's the new thing, library Comic Cons.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Cool. Thanks to Jay Torres for taking time to chat with me. You can follow him on Facebook at facebook.com/JTorresComics. And thanks to you for listening to the True North Country Comics podcast. I invite you to subscribe, like, and comment on the podcast. So please send your feedback to truenorthcountrycomics@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening. Come back soon for another episode. Bye for now.